Hello, I am Mr. Orange and this is video hashtag 556. In this video, I'll be talking about 16, episode 10. It's called Idle Time at the Mall. I wonder if this title references American Idol, which this episode is kind of about. Anyway, since you're here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It's been a few days ago since my last YouTube video. I did a video about Wings Club, so do check that out. I did take a little bit of a break for time for myself, so that's that. And I haven't done any Scooby Doo shots lately because I've finished doing my shots about Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo. But I'm hoping to do like a video on Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo TV show. I might review on that. So yeah, do check that out when it comes out. Also, if you want to check out my previous YouTube shorts as well, I've made plenty for you to watch. Um, just entertain yourselves. And based on my YouTube videos, I have made a couple of YouTube videos in the past, so do check those out. I have one about the video I made about my channel being 2 years old, so I did that. And I also made a video where I reviewed, it's where I reviewed a hack sign. And I also did a video where I talked about anime. So if you haven't checked those out, do check it out now if you want to, or later, whenever you feel like. Anyway, if you're all caught up, let's get into talking about this episode. In the first part of the scene, Wyatt comes into the group telling them a big news. There's going to be a star contest and he's gonna sign up. Star Contest is a musical talent show, kind of like how X Factor and American Idol is. But here's the thing, Wyatt also wants his friends to be signed up to this contest too. But his friends aren't that thrilled about it either because they know they can't sing. But Wyatt makes a point that it's a good thing that they can't sing. It will make him look better. When he said it like that, it does sound a bit iffy, but they are good friends, so they signed up for it. And for that, they made the sacrifice for him. So just think about that, Wyatt. I do have a good memory about this this episode growing up. I remember not liking Wyatt in this episode, so I wonder if I still have that opinion for this episode now. So after the amazing intro, we have our next scene. Jude brings up an interesting topic. So he asks the gang, why are they working? And Kaylin responds with, for money. Which is true. They work for money. When they work, they get money, and they get their things. But there are other ways you can get money without working. Like one way you can earn money is by selling things you own, like things like books or clothes. There are services where you can sell your things. Like if you want to sell books, there's Booktopia, and I'm pretty sure there's Amazon where you can sell your things. There's also Vinted where you can sell your clothes. So there are options. Anyway, Jude carries on with his point. So he talks about how coins and paper are used as currency. I do think that's an interesting topic for Jude to bring up. I know these characters, they don't talk deep things, but Jude does bring this up, and I do find that fascinating. And he asks why doesn't they use other things like kebabs as currencies and not coins or paper as cash. I do find that interesting. I mean, they do sounded like Judy is talking crazy. I don't think it's entirely crazy. We use coins like metal for currency, which is okay. we use paper as currency as well. We know, like, if I used a £5 note, it could drip as a currency. So, is it our best way to use money? But like what you said about kebab, I think it's all about like material they use. I can understand why they use like coins as currency, but yeah. But now things are different. We use credit card nowadays as currency, and there's also like cryptocurrency. So things are changing. I think what he said was weird, like why not use other things as currency, like kebabs. I'm pretty sure there is like ways you can like sell. I've heard of trading. So like when you there's this game like when I think of like using other objects as currency, I'm thinking things like where people would use fidget spinners and fidget toys. There was this like group of people back around early 2000 and 2000, like when the pandemic was happening. People were using fidget toys, and I think they were playing games where like they were trading each other. So I can't see how you can do it like that. Like, how many fidget toys would you trade for a smartphone? So I can see how that would be like traded. How I think of like when you play card games, like when I remember back in the day where as kids, we used to use Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Digimon cards, and people would swap those. So I can like Jude, what he's saying isn't that crazy. I know it sounded. They made him seem like he sounded stupid when said that, but he does like bring up an interesting topic, and yeah, I found it fascinating to talk about. But in the real world, don't use kebabs as currency to get your things like from stores. Just use real money. Yeah. In the next scene, we're at Grimy, where we have Wyatt and Nikki sitting on the couch. Apparently, Nikki helped Wyatt with his song, and she stayed up all night listening to him sing. So she made a huge sacrifice. And now Nikki is really tired, and apparently she is not good with drinking coffee. So yeah. But Nikki does drop in an interesting information. Apparently, she's of Pisces, so she was born around February and March. In the next part of the scene, Jude is weighing kebab with the coins. He wants to make sure the kebab has the same weight as the coins. And maybe, I don't know, Jude might need some education here because, kebabs go moldy and it takes a lot of years for coins to get rusty. So he really needs to think about the material of the things is weighing. Like, even if kebab and coins were the same weight, that doesn't mean like kebabs is equally valuable as a coin. In the next part of the scene, the gang are lining up for the star contest. I think in this scene, I really like Jonesy, Jen, and Nikki. Especially Jonesy and Jen, I thought they were funny in the skit. I love the outfit that Jonesy is wearing, and I love how he acts in the scene. It's really funny, and yeah, he brings a smile to my face in this moment. And I like Jen's just bouncing off of Josie's antics. Like she's not being judgmental as usual. She's just playing it off, and it's lighthearted. The only person I find is like irritating or like judgmental, I find is Wyatt. Like, calm down. He's just, having fun. I just feel like Wyatt's being a wet blanket. And then Nikki comes in really all tired. So, In the next part, the contestants are doing the auditions. And this is my favorite part of the scene. It's just funny how everyone is doing the auditions. It just made me laugh. The judges do remind me of like the judges from X Factor. Like the guy definitely is a Simon Cowell parody, and I'm pretty sure the girl kind of gives me Cheryl Cole vibes. I'm not too sure, but I'm not sure about the black guy though. But I will talk about each of the auditions individually because they're all equally funny. The first person to do the audition is Julie. Poor girl, I feel bad for her. She didn't even start, and judges were like, next. It was harsh, but it was kind of funny nonetheless. The next person to do that audition is Jen. Jen kind of does like a rap, but I'm pretty sure she's doing a Jennifer Lopez parody, like Jenny from The Block, Jenny from Penalty Box. I thought that was clever. I did enjoy Jan's audition. It was fun. I like that she spotted a cap with her outfit. It's a good touch for her. The next person to audition is Jonesy, and I have to say Jonesy's audition is my favorite. I think his audition is the most funniest. I think he does like a rap, and he's like talking about Chow and his pants and all that. And then at the end, his pants falls down. I thought it was so hilarious. I feel like you have to watch this scene, to feel the experience. The next person to be up for the audition is Ron the Renter Cop. I think his audition is my second favorite. His one is the second hilarious. I have no idea what he's doing. It's completely random. Um, I'm speechless. I'm out of words. He's basically like in his like German attire, and it does a complete random song. I have no idea. The most funny part about his audition is definitely his choreography. I'm also wondering if Ron is kind of German or not. He does wear a lot of German things. The next person to do the audition is Caitlin. I think she does a Britney Spears parody, and also I think she uses her ringtone as her like music, and I'm pretty sure her ringtone is kind of like a Britney Spears song. But I'm also wondering if Caitlyn is cheating because she has a headphone on, and I bet you that there's songs coming through that headphone. So I don't know. Anyway, that every time she had to sing, she got louder and louder, and that's why she lost. The next person to audition is Nikki, and she's completely tired while she's doing her audition. And she does like a Friday night kind of parody. It does remind me of those like terrible auditions in X Factor. I'm pretty sure like Daz Games did a reaction on it. I will put that in my community tab, and of course, I will put it in the description. Do check that out. Is Daz does a funny commentary on that X Factor auditions. And the next person to audition is Jude. He's not really singing in his audition. He's basically just doing some DJing, which isn't really a bad thing, but obviously that's not the judges want. But the only lyrics he has is dude. I mean, it's at least in character of him. And the last person to audition is Bayet, and he does a song about his friends. I'm gonna have to be blatantly honest here. I know that he won and that he apparently, according to the judge, he has the best voice. Sure, he probably does, but in my opinion, I think I don't. the The song is terrible in my opinion, and I didn't enjoy White's performance. I feel like his voice is too high pitched, and I'm not a fan of the lyrics of the song. It feels too kiddie, like. I feel like this song could be come up with like a character from I don't know, Coco Melon or something. I wouldn't imagine someone like Wyatt would make kind of songs. But then again, I have heard Wyatt songs before. Like his previous one was like um, Lady Luck, and I didn't enjoy that either. I just feel like it doesn't work for me. Anyway, Wyatt has been chosen, and for his next part, he has now a utility pool. I have no idea what that is, and he got his friend front row tickets, and they're all excited to be there. I mean, he would not have done it without his friends. In the next scene, Kaylin and Jen get sucked in by the greeter gods of Albatross and Finch. And also, Albatross and Finch is Kaylan's star, and they only have saves once, not very often. So I can understand Kayla's point of view. In the next scene, Wyatt is mad that his friends didn't show up in his concert. Okay, let's talk about this. This is the why I did not like Wyatt in this episode. First of all, why are you mad that they haven't showed up in your concert? They don't owe you anything, and also they'll show up if they want to, and of course they'll support you whenever they want to. Like, haven't they done enough for you, Wyatt? It's kind of ungrateful for our friend. I mean, I can kind of understand like how he's scolding towards Jen and Caitlin because they were busy doing shopping, and Jade was busy trading kebabs with items. But even still, they still don't owe you anything. Like they already embarrassed themselves already by doing the audition. Also, they weren't deliberately going to not show up in your concert. And he shouldn't be mad at Josie because he's selling things that are of him. And I think Josie could able to support Wyatt financially. And he should definitely not be mad at Nikki because she was tired. She's a human being. You know, I'm not always nice to Nikki all the time, but still, she's a human being. At least she tried to show up, and you know, she did fall asleep in the concert. But you know, give her a break. So even if he did this song out of revenge, his anger isn't justified. So, in my opinion, his friends are in the wrong for not showing up. I just don't like how Wyatt just looks down on his friends. I feel like he thinks his friends are beneath him. But despite all that, I actually like Wyatt's new song. I know he's angry, but I think this is so much better. He talks about these characters individually, and yeah, I like it. Maybe that's why I don't like the original, because you know it's kind of generic. He talks about them as a group. They don't. He doesn't talk about them individually. That's why I feel like this is so much more better than his original song. In the next part of the scene, the gang are back on the table. Um, they realize none of them have seen White's act. And Wyatt comes back to scold them for not showing up. Again, I feel like the gang, they kind of seek forgiveness, but like they also haven't done anything wrong. They don't owe Wyatt anything. I feel like this show is trying to make the gang like they did something wrong by not showing up. Well, of course they're gonna be sorry for like not showing up, but still, I wouldn't be hard on them for not showing up. Sometimes you don't show up, and that's totally fine. Besides, it's that one time they don't show up. Of course, White will have many other gigs. They probably would show up. So apparently Wyatt has another show coming up soon. So, he wants the gang to be there. And, that also adds to my frustration with Wyatt. He has another gig, and of course they're going to show up. And if few of them don't show up, that's fine either. Like, he shouldn't expect all of them to be there. Like, people have lives. I just hate it when, like, people, like, place expectation on you. In the next part of the scene, the gang finally get the brunt of the song. In the mall, they were playing Wyatt's Angry song. Like, Gene was going to congratulate Wyatt for the song, but he just heard it, and, like, it seemed like Gene wasn't pleased about it. And, he got kicked out from Spin This. And Wyatt doesn't even care that his friend just got kicked out from Spin This. And he was more delighted that Chad made Wyatt write the celebrity wall. Like, what can I say? Fame really went to his head that he really did, empathize with his friends. I'm sorry, but I can't root for someone who lacks that much of self awareness. And because he signed the celebrity wall, that means that Wyatt is now a celebrity. I mean, that's a huge deal. And in canon, that would mean that Wyatt is famous now. And also, that means that his song is popular. Because when that goes up, it's not very unlikely for people to forget about it. If you know anything about internet, is that when something goes viral, it goes viral. And that's especially true about music. When it goes popular, it's very unlikely for it to be unpopular. And based on many music videos, even the lesser popular ones, they get tons of views on it. I mean, I should know about this as a YouTuber who scours through the internet. So why it did, it caused a huge damage, and the damage can't be fixed here. Basically, his friends have been humiliated, and there's nothing they could do about it. I mean, they can report the song or the writer for this whole song, and they can take it down. Even if they take it down, someone else will always have a hold of it. And if people dislike you for it for that long for a song, it's less likely going to go away. Like, if you know anything about cancel culture, that's a big thing. So, in real world, if Wyatt did something like this, that would ruin someone forever. Like, I think it's a good idea not to put like people's names in your songs, especially real people, because they like bad things could have happened to them, like doxing and all those things. So yeah, I am kind of pissed at Wyatt for this. I feel like it's totally, utterly dangerous for Wyatt to do something like this. I'm thinking about some artists who do write about other people in their songs. Like, at least they write about the other celebrities. Like, when I think of Taylor Swift, when she's writing about a person, when she's writing about them, it's at least about a celebrity, and that's all right because they have a paparazzi. They have like a crew to help them. But if you're writing a song about regular people who can't defend themselves, that's a problem. And in the next part of the scene, we're at Kaki Bon. Nikki is also getting the brunt of the song as well. She mentioned that she was in the song, and Kristen and Kirsten, they just berate her for it. Honestly, it was funny seeing them do that to her. It's just funny. But even if the song wasn't popular, I'm pretty sure the clones would do this to Nikki anyway. And even if the song was a good song, they would still do this to Nikki, so it wouldn't make it much difference. It's the clones. It's clones and the Nikki and clones are practically enemies with each other, so they will do this. But in that serious situation, though, Nikki would deal with much more worse in real life. Like she would have a mob mentality of people coming towards her for the song. So yeah. In the next part of the scene, Kaylin's trying to buy her clothes from Albatross and Finch. However, the Greta gods won't sell the clothes to her because she was in the song. The Greta gods really care about image. And in the next scene, Josie tries to manage Wyatt. So I guess he's getting a cut in the money, I think. And I also like that Wyatt mentions Simple Plan as a reference. It's bringing back nostalgia from musicians that were from the 2000s. Do you remember Simple Plan? Also, I think Josie gives Wyatt a kind gesture, and I feel like Wyatt doesn't deserve it. But he doesn't want Wyatt to be stuck in country. This is something that Wyatt hates being at work, and he wants Wyatt to be changing into a new department of his store, like adult contempo, for example. But this is something I've been thinking about. Didn't why not change his section? Like I thought in a couple of episodes, Nikki changed where it was placed. I thought he was more of a punk genre now, because I thought like Nikki set Wyatt and Serena up. Like, remember that episode where like they had tickets, like Wyatt had ticket for that band, and it was Nikki and Jude were fighting over it, and Nikki like tried to treat Wyatt for Serena about this. So I thought that would be good for him. But I think the fact that Wyatt complains about country music and the fact that like his style of music is mainly acoustic guitar, I think he needs to steer away from acoustic guitar if he wants to move away from country. Like, let's stick to rock or something. Like if he wants to stay away from country, stay away from acoustic guitars. Because when I think of country, I think of acoustic guitars. Now at the table, the gang finally come together with that Wyatt, and they're completely mad, and they are justified by this. Like they made a mistake of not showing up. That's human nature. They didn't intend to do this, but what Wyatt did was intentional, and he had no reason for that, and what he could have done could have destroyed them. Also, he completely gaslights them and like dismisses their emotions. Like he says, like, "Oh, it's just a song." Like he completely like just didn't see how this went through. Like imagine someone writing a song about him. He would not like that. So how does he expect his friends to react like this? And the fact that he boasts to the gang about another gig, and like he still dismisses the fact that they feel bad about this. And it is also the fact that he still wants to sing this song to those people. Basically, he's using his friends. I feel like they have every right to give Wyatt the cold shoulder. I know I would. And I think I would be much more meaner than them. Also, I want to mention, maybe I said this before, but once you have a celebrity, you don't become on a celebrity. I mean, like, I know that some celebrities, like, get out of phase of reality, but, like, even if you're, like, the least popular celebrity, you're still gonna be a celebrity. Like, your whole town will know about you. I'm thinking about this now, like when I'm thinking about doing YouTube, like obviously I'm not popular, but when I'm thinking about like bigger YouTubers like Yami, Lawrence Eastside, they obviously are popular, and obviously the people around them would know who they are. So yeah, Wyatt won't stop being a celebrity after this episode. And I feel like his fan base will be, even if it was small, it will be strong enough. And that sort of like fan base will be kind of harmful for people like Caitlyn or other characters. And knowing about fans in real life, when it comes to their favorite singers, they are kind of hostile and toxic. I'm thinking fans of other art big names like K-pop, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, One Direction. The fans are pretty loud and they aren't the kindest people. So yeah, I don't see how Wyatt could be forgiven or how he could get away from this. The punishment will be to like never let Wyatt sing again, or his friends stop being his friends. Because that would be me. I'm so happy and glad that Jonesy ripped her out on Wyatt. Because he is right. Wyatt has gone too far with this. I'm so glad that like Jonesy is actually angry about this because you think someone like Jonesy wouldn't be angry. He just let things slide, and it did seem that way. But like even Jonesy had his foot down. Like Wyatt can't treat his friends like this. Anyway, Wyatt's in for his next gig, and he sings his original song again because he does feel bad about it. I know we're supposed to forgive him, but I don't understand. Like, even though he has his original song, the angry song doesn't go away. So but sure, why not give this guy a gold star anyway? And because they didn't like the song that was chosen for them, Wyatt wasn't chosen for the next gigs. So yeah. But surely that still remains that he's still a celebrity. I have no idea how the music industry works. So, if you do know how music industry works, let me know in the comments. But this means that Josie doesn't have to manage Wyatt anymore. So obviously he gets fired, and everything's back to normal. And at the end of the episode, and Jude buys some clothes from Khaki Barn, and he pays Nikki with kebabs instead of cash. I guess Nikki just wanted to prank the clothes, and this was a funny prank. Anyway, that's it for this video. I really enjoyed reviewing this episode. It's time to summarize what I feel about this episode. So, my favorite moment about this episode is definitely the auditions of the 16 gang and Julie's, and also Ron the Renter Cop. My favorite audition would totally be Jonesy's, and Ron the Renter Cop will be my second favorite. I found the auditions really funny. My least favorite moment in this episode is Wyatt in general. I just think he was out of line to make a song out of his friends like that. And for what? You was mad because your friends didn't show up. I feel like that's a poor reason to be mad at them. Anyway, I already gave my reason why I don't like Wyatt. I don't have to rehash everything. But yeah, that's my least favorite moment. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and have a lovely day.